In the middle of a storm, we look to the brighter day. In the middle of a flood, we put our faith in the mountain that rises above the flood. And in the day of tragedy, we fix our eyes on the day in which we can be restored. We are a people wired for peace. That's because we are all too familiar with the incompleteness and the conflict that arises from this life that we live. During times of conflict, we not only look for the resolution to that conflict, but we also look for something greater than that conflict in its place. Peace is the vehicle through which incomplete things become complete, and people who are distraught can have their time and space of tranquility. But what do you go to for your peace? Maybe it's something sinister like drugs or witchcraft. Maybe it's something helpful like entertainment or exercise. Regardless, you have a well that you go to for your peace, and you go to it as often as you can. But eventually, that well will run dry. If your well is drugs, you will go to that well until you realize that drugs have never helped the problems that you're in. So you go to this drug over and over again, and once you realize that it's not actually helping, that well runs dry. Maybe you go to entertainment for your peace. And as you go there, you go to entertainment, one day you will realize that you cannot entertain the pain away. You cannot entertain the anxiety away. And the day that you realize, that well will dry up. That's because these are just temporary places of peace, temporary wells of peace, and not peace in and of themselves. If you want true peace, peace that will last, you have to go to it and get it at its source. So the question is, where is the source of peace? In the Bible, Ephesians chapter 2, verse 14, the Bible says that He is our peace. It says that Jesus is our peace. He is our peace. You see, peace is not some distinct entity that exists on its own. Rather, peace is something that flows from its source. And Jesus is the source of peace. Jesus Christ is the well that never runs dry. Jesus Christ is the well through which all true peace flows from. In Isaiah chapter 9, verse 6, the Bible says that Jesus, He is the Prince of Peace. That means that He has been given dominion over all peace. Under His reign and rule, all peace can be distributed throughout the earth. In Him, we can experience peace, and in His rest and in His reign, peace can be found. In John chapter 16, verse 33, the Bible says that Jesus is talking to His disciples. And as He is talking to them, He says to them, I have told you these things so that in me you might have peace. In this world, you're going to have trouble, but take heart, because I have overcome the world. Jesus is the true source of peace, and all other attempts of peace outside of Him will only be temporary. You can only find temporary peace in relationships, in video games, in drugs, in pornography, in your favorite vacation spot, because you are more than a temporary being. You need more than something that will only provide temporary peace. Although you may have just had a breakup, you need peace not only for today, but peace that will last longer than today. Because you are more than just a temporary being, you need peace that will last. Not just for this time when you lost a loved one. Not just for the day that you found out you are sick. You need peace for today and into and throughout eternity. And peace starts with and it continues with Jesus. It can only be sustained by Jesus. All other attempts at peace will at best be temporary, and at worst, these attempts at peace will leave you feeling worse afterwards than before. I encourage you, if you are looking for peace, to start at the source. Drink from the well that will never run dry. Go to Jesus Christ in prayer and allow Him to satisfy your desire for peace again and again and again. And as long as it takes, as much peace as you need, be satisfied at His well. He desires to satisfy your desire for peace. And as you go to Him and recognize that He is the source of peace, He will be glorified. And He is worthy of all of the glory, all of the honor, and all of the praise. Let Jesus Christ be glorified in the peace-filled whole you. So in the day of the storm, look to Jesus and allow Him to paint the picture of your brighter day. In the day of the flood, allow Jesus to be the mountain on which your peace will rest. In the day of tragedy, allow Jesus to complete the incomplete mess that lay before you. For He is our peace. Jesus is a source and sustainer of peace. So let us allow Him to complete us in our frustrations, in our pain, in our hurts, and allow Him to make us whole again. He is our peace. God bless you in your search